Hey guys, Christo Garcia, My Swing Evolution. What a golf tournament. My goodness gracious. Obviously, I would like to send a hearty congratulations to Tiger Woods for your win at Eastlake. I'd also like to congratulate Justin Rose. What an outstanding series of tournaments to culminate in the FedEx Cup Championship. Very well played, sir, and I'll tell you, I never expected Tiger to even be in the mix for the FedEx Cup, but Justin Rose gutted it out. So cheers to you, sir. I'm a big fan of your golf swing and your demeanor on the course. It's just fantastic. Now, today's video is called Tiger Woods and the Eastlake Redemption. And, this is really the great golf story of our time. And, I've said many times I'm very grateful for Tiger Woods being in the game because I gave up the game of golf because I was so beat up by it. I quit for 4 years. But it was being inspired by Tiger that got me back onto the golf course. And when I came back with a great deal of humility, okay? Oh my gosh, this game can be so difficult. I had made a fool out of myself, throwing golf clubs, cursing, acting like a total jerk. And when I left the golf course that day, I was shooting like over 120 that day. I made such a fool in front of my friends that I swore I'd never play the game of golf again. But it was watching Tiger Woods that allowed me to forgive myself, okay? And that's the big lesson that we get from the redemption. So when I posted a picture yesterday on Instagram, right here, of me celebrating with Tiger on the TV in the background at the golf course yesterday. We were all going nuts. It was so much fun to watch that tournament. And, it wasn't a big surprise that someone made the comment on the video or on the picture that I posted to Instagram. Tiger is not good for the game would be better without him, and he's a poor character and all this other stuff. Guess what? We're all poor characters at times in our life. And if there was no possibility of redemption, what would be the point? You cannot tell me that Tiger Woods has not suffered. I'll admit, it's obvious that he had some pretty tough stuff going on, and he was really going through a lot of trouble, a lot of character tests. I can't imagine being the most famous athlete in the world and being worth $1 billion and losing my dad at the time, right in the middle of that. Now, that's something that I don't think a lot of people remember. If you think about Mike Tyson, he was unstoppable. And then he lost Cus D'Amato, who was his father figure in his life, who taught him everything and brought him to greatness. It's a tremendous transition to lose your father. I just went through it. And there's a certain degree of mortality that becomes inescapably obvious when you lose your dad. It's something that, when you're young and you're bulletproof, you feel like, it's never going to go away. You're always going to be alive. You're always going to be looking into the future, and there's all this great possibility. But there is a real mind shift that happens. When you have kids, it happens. When you lose a parent, it happens. These are big life things. So, Tiger's at the top of his game. He's worth $1 billion. He loses his dad. He lost his rudder. He made mistakes, but we all do. Maybe not the size of mistakes. It's so funny. We're all living our little, lives of tragedy and hope. And everybody's got their tests and their things that they have to go through in their life. But when we see these people on the biggest stages in the world, boy, the falls are spectacular, but the rises are spectacular. But it gives us an opportunity to learn lessons and try and move forward with our lives. I believe that the Tiger Woods that we saw yesterday walking up 18 and winning that tournament, I don't think he could have won the tournament had he not learned from the lessons that life had given him. I think that it's one of the greatest comeback stories in the history of sports. And the reason why we love these comeback stories is because we all have comebacks. I'm on a comeback. You know, it's like, I try not to get too personal about my life story, but, you know, it's difficult to start a business. It's difficult, you know, to be a dad and everything else. And, you know, we try and do it even as spotless as we try to be, it's still very, very difficult. So at any rate, what Tiger did was he obviously went back to the game. The amount of work it takes to be a PGA professional, especially to be one of the best in the world or the best in the world, I've kind of really dove into golf and I've seen what it takes. And it takes something very, very unique. You know, Tiger's been, you know, a standout talent since he was a child. Everybody knew that he was, you know, the best in the world. You tend to see that. Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy. It's known at a very early age that these kids are special. And, you know, but it takes a lot more than that. I mean, the amount of hard work is hard to describe. But when you throw into the mix what happened to Tiger, losing his family, being humiliated in front of the world, then you add 4 knee surgeries on his left knee, and then 4 back surgeries. It's really, really hard to comprehend how much he had to go through and how much, I mean, it's physical suffering. But to have faith that he could come back all the way and to win the tour championship, I mean, it had the feel of a major yesterday. And he was knocking on the door at the British and at the PGA Championship. You know, he shot 33 on the front 9 at the PGA Championship on Sunday and didn't hit a fairway. You know, now he's hitting fairways and, you know, of course, I'm saying, man, if he would just take a little yardage off that driver, he'd hit more fairways. He's the most dangerous iron player in the game. And it looks like that putter's coming around too. So I literally thought he would never, ever contend again over a year ago. You know, it looked like he would never be able to come back. It just, you know, I'm like, oh, so now there's a 4th back surgery. This looks really, really dark. Now, I'm going to give a shout out to Wayne DeFrancesco. I'll tell you, he has had back troubles. He's had multiple back surgeries, and Wayne D had the fusion surgery. And he said for the first time in years, his pain had gone away. And Wayne D said about a year ago, I predict Tiger Woods has a chance of coming back because if he can be pain-free, then he can start to rebuild his game. So Wayne DeFrancesco, I'm a huge fan. I love your analyses. They're outstanding. And that was the greatest call in golf, in my opinion. So that gave me hope because I'm a huge Tiger Woods fan. So at the end of the day, where does this leave us? Tiger Woods has 80 PGA Tour wins, okay? So Snead has 82, and some of those wins, you know, they were single-day events, I believe. There may have been a couple team events, but, you know, Sam Snead has 82 PGA Tour victories, you know, for better or for worse. That is amazing, flat out amazing. Tiger has 80. And number 3 is Jack Nicklaus with 73. And then you drop down another 9 and you've got Ben Hogan with 64. And then it really starts to drop off. You know, who has the most victories besides Tiger Woods on tour today? It's Phil Mickelson. And he is, I think he's tied for 7th all time. But then you drop off to like, I don't know. It's like you really fall down low into the teens or, you know, high, you know, like 12. You know, it's insane that someone could win 80 times on the PGA Tour with the depth of competition that we have today. So Tiger Woods, even though he has 14 majors, if he cracks Sam Snead's all-time win record, which I believe is seriously in jeopardy now. There is a serious conversation about Tiger Woods being the greatest of all time. And if he develops that Zen-like control that I started to see at Eastlake, he's had that before, but he's also had the spirit of a fighter that is just, you know, I'm just going to knock you out, hit this driver 350 and, you know, all that stuff. That's the Tiger of old. But Ben Hogan, after his accident, he did not hit the ball as dynamically, but he went on to win 6 of the next 9 majors that he played in. Tiger seems to be playing with a different level of control, and I'm very, very impressed by the, you know, Zen-like approach he took to the round yesterday. He's the best front runner in the history of the game of golf, without question. But Tiger Woods may be really, really dangerous. So I can't wait for the Ryder Cup, and I can't wait for 2019. So my hat's off to you, sir. Here I am. I'm bald. That's right. But my hat's off to you, Tiger Woods. You are the man. So I hope you hit him long and hit him straight.